Folks, your OS Reviews. You're watching our video review of the Keedox Wireless Bluetooth 4.0 in-ear style headphones, and these retail for only $35. These are the next generation model. We've checked out the previous generation on our website as well, and the big story here is that we have Cvc Noise Cancellation on board. So if you talk to someone using the microphone or even listen to music in a noisier environment, you should still have some pretty clean and crisp audio quality. The design is also completely unique. I haven't seen this before, and it has a pretty good battery life as well at around 8 hours or so of continuous usage. Fully charging up the product only takes about 2 hours to complete. There is also an integrated remote, as you can see on the sides, and overall it looks pretty flashy and cool. Checking out the packaging here, you have a pretty clean look on the sides. Again, you have Bluetooth 4.0. You can jog around. These will stay into your ears thanks to that additional hook on the sides. There's also the ability for you to connect to 2 phones or tablets at the same time, which is excellent, and it also has pretty clean and crisp audio quality. On the back, you have some more basic info about the unit, including the design, and that's basically it. So on the inside, you have access to the actual earbuds themselves, which are presented nicely right on top. And below here, you have access to all the silicone tips, which you can swap out for a more customized fit, and also the wings can be changed. There's also a micro USB cable provided, which is gold-plated for charging. Again, only takes about 2 hours to complete, and also a user guide is included in the box. Taking a look at the design of the earbuds next, I'm a fan of the red and black accents going on. I think it looks pretty dramatic and cool. With that being said, the size of the earbuds are definitely larger than some other competitors we've seen lately. This makes wearing them for extended periods of time, such as 3 to 4 hours, slightly more uncomfortable because they add some extra weight on your ears. With that being said, the silicone tips are ultra secure and the wing stays in place nicely when you're jogging or moving around. Now you can see how this has a very interesting design. There's actually a spring-assisted door that slides down on the left-hand side to reveal the micro USB port for charging. This is something we haven't seen before and I think quite unique. It's the side that contains the Keedox logo. Otherwise, they have a plastic build, but it has a pretty solid feel in the hand overall. It definitely doesn't feel cheap. Taking a look at the remote control next, it's also crafted out of plastic, although all the keys are large, spacious, and easy to press, despite not being risen above the surface. The center key here dubs as the power on-off switch, also as the reject key or answer key when talking to someone, and the top features the notification light, which is ultra bright and will flash red and blue when in the pairing mode. It's also going to turn off if you press a few seconds longer. It's pretty easy to pair this with a phone or a tablet. It takes only about 10 seconds to complete, and you can simultaneously be paired to 2 products instead of having to disconnect and then repair it each time, which is pretty nice. Connection range at around 10 meters is about average, and we didn't have any issues in that department. When it comes to battery life, again, it's rated at around 6 to 8 hours depending on how much you use it. We found that it was more than acceptable and a bit longer than the rated 4-hour average that we get in this particular category. When it comes to audio quality, which is the most important part, CVC tends to add a little bit more distortion and noise in the background, just because if you have some noise cancellation in the background, you don't have as much of a clear audio experience. And this is something that unfortunately is still true using these pair of earbuds. They don't offer, the most crisp sounding audio quality in the world. However, the volume can get quite loud, and there is definitely bass in the background, so you can hear some thump in your music. It also performs pretty nicely across the board, regardless of what type of music you're listening to, whether it's electronic, it's pop, it's rock, or even classical music. It definitely does a good job of not overpowering the music, but also bringing out all the intricate parts. Still, we would have liked to see the option for you to turn off the Cvc noise cancellation when not in use, just to save on power in addition to make the sound quality a bit more crisp and clear. At the end of the day, the Keedox wireless Bluetooth earbuds, the 2nd generation model, I think are an update with the 1st generation because they're a bit more comfortable, they're not as large and bulky, and they offer a more discreet as well as sleek design. Overall, I'm a fan of the build as well as the audio quality does pretty nicely for the money, and the addition of noise cancellation is perfect if you're on a flight or you're on the train. You don't want to hear what's going on around you. These are very noise isolating, and they can also get quite loud. To learn more information about these, be sure to read our full written review. This has been our video. Thank you for watching here at OS.